from the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. A mild end of the work week, but we could see a significant snowfall on Sunday.
Let's get right to meteorologist Gary Canalti, who is tracking the system headed our way this weekend. Gary?
Well, Susan, the snow is still on the way for Sunday. It looks like it'll snow much of the day and accumulate across most of our viewing area. Let's start out by taking a look at a winter storm watch that has been issued from 6 a.m. Sunday morning until 6 p.m. Sunday evening, north of the Wisconsin River and north and west of Lone Rock and Wisconsin Dells into the La Crosse area. Now, as far as the snowfall totals are concerned, we're probably looking at about 3 inches down toward the Illinois state line, maybe around 5 inches here in Madison, and maybe as much as 6 to 8 inches north of Wisconsin Dells before all is said and done. Visible cloud track, things have been pretty quiet today. There might be a stray flurry out there, and that's been the case over the last 24 hours. You can see a few flurries showing up on radar, but not all of those are reaching the ground. Look for variably cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures dropping into the upper teens by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be very similar to today with a high of 30, a mix of sun and clouds, and maybe a couple of flurries. But again, we'll watch the potential for that winter storm on Sunday and watch another system for the middle of next week.
Gary, thanks. The 3 officers involved in a fatal shooting in Rock County will not face charges.
In December, 23-year-old Monte Penning was shot and killed by Beloit police. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter is live in Beloit with how the community is reacting to the decision. Adam?
Eric and Susan, since that shooting happened here on Harrison Avenue in Beloit, this Beloit community has searched for answers. And today in a Rock County courtroom, they got a first-hand look at what happened.
Law enforcement shots fired.
Body camera from Beloit Police Sergeant Ryan Flanagan shows the moments before he and 2 other officers shot and killed 23-year-old Monte Penning. Today, District Attorney David O'Leary determined those officers did not commit a crime.
I know there are emotions on any fatality, and my legal responsibility is that I am bound by the facts as investigated and presented to me.
The DOJ investigation revealed that Penning did in fact have a gun pointed towards officers, leading them to shoot more than 20 times. To those who knew Penning personally, the news shocking.
I got a little closure because I didn't think he had that gun, but me seeing the officers take that gun from him, it broke my heart because I've never seen him with a gun before.
Totally opposite from the man I know. Crimes are committed and people should be brought to justice, you know, not killed on the street. I just think it could have been a better result.
The 3 officers involved will return to normal duties, says Chief David Zabolski, who offered condolences to the Penning family today.
This is obviously a very difficult time for them. We understand that, and they have our thoughts and prayers.
And says in 2019, less than 0.5% of the calls Beloit police have responded to have required use of force.
Really, our officers were in a position where they didn't have any other opportunity other than to use deadly force, which is not anything any one of them desires to do.
Now, according to a medical examiner, Penning was shot 3 times, twice in the chest and once in the arms. And according to that medical examiner, the way the bullet entered and exited Penning's arms was indicative that he had his arm raised as if he was to shoot at a police officer. Now, the gun that Penning was using that day was determined to be stolen. It was actually linked to 8 separate shots fired incidents here in Beloit over the past few months.
Adam Duxter live in Beloit. Adam, thank you.
Dane County officials are continuing to ask for help in the homicide investigation of Nicholas Day. The sheriff's office said that a pickup truck investigators were looking for has been identified and determined to not be involved in the case. Investigators are asking anyone who spoke to Day in the months before he was killed on January 15th to contact law enforcement, even if you don't believe your interaction was significant or important to the investigation. Day's body was found off County Road JG. Law enforcement originally thought it was a hit and run, but autopsy results showed Day died from homicidal violence. Officials say anonymous tips can be left on the tip line. Madison area Crime Stoppers offering a $1,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest.
The Madison Police Department found the officers involved in a deadly police shooting in October to be in compliance with the department's use of force procedures.
And Gabriella Becerra joins us now with the details on this investigation. Gabby?
4 Madison police officers were investigated by the Department of Criminal Investigation. Only 3 of those officers fired their weapons and were placed on administrative administrative leave. Officers responded to reports of an armed man shooting a gun outside of an apartment building on Raymond Road in October. Police say they saw a man coming down the stairs of the apartment armed with a gun. Officers said the man ignored multiple orders to drop his gun and point it in their direction. Officers then fired their weapons, fatally shooting Dean Thomas, according to the investigation report.
Of the larger issues, the use of deadly force, the tactical decision-making, de-escalation, and the deployment of the way the officers responded, they were all deemed to have been exonerated and acted appropriately.
Dane County District Attorney Ishmael Zan cleared the officers of criminal wrongdoing in December. The investigation revealed 3 minor equipment-related violations. One officer's wireless microphone was not synced properly with the in-car video system, and the 2 officers didn't have appropriate number of rounds in their rifle magazines.
Gabriella, thank you. A Madison man has been cited for the 28th time for driving with a revoked license following a traffic stop. A deputy pulled 60-year-old Edward Femright over on East Washington Avenue yesterday. During the stop, the deputy discovered Femright had 27 prior operating after revocation convictions in the past 5 years. Officers say Femright's license was revoked in 1997 after an OWI conviction. Femright was cited for a 28th offense of driving with a revoked license, no insurance, and 2 seatbelt violations.
There's growing concern of the coronavirus spreading on cruise ships, and Royal Caribbean is now banning anyone who's traveled through mainland China in the last 15 days. Royal Caribbean says none of the screened passengers showed any symptoms of coronavirus, but 4 people were taken to the hospital for evaluation. Anthem of the Seas has now been cleared to depart, but the ship pushed back boarding until Saturday pending more test results from the CDC. Meanwhile, the White House has assembled a task force to respond to coronavirus.
It's understandable that Americans are concerned, but again, the immediate risk to the American public is low.
2 more planes carrying American citizens evacuated from Wuhan, China, arriving in the U.S. today. Those passengers will be under quarantine at military bases for 14 days. The U.S. is pledging as much as $100 million to fight the global outbreak.
Meanwhile, state and local officials are providing updates on the coronavirus this evening.
Keely Arthur joins us now with the latest numbers and an update on these patients. Keely.
Yeah, so we now know the gender of the person with coronavirus. It is a woman. She is in isolation at home in Dane County and is doing well. As you heard, the State Department of Public Health and Public Health Madison Dane County held separate news conferences today, but with mainly the same message. They say your risk of getting the coronavirus is low. It spreads like the flu, though, so you're going to want to wash your hands and practice good hygiene habits. The virus can live on objects for a few hours, so be sure to wipe down surfaces. Officials also stressing that ethnicity has nothing to do with your likelihood of getting the virus. Travel is the biggest risk factor.
You cannot tell if somebody has a risk of spreading the novel coronavirus by what they look like. We need to remember that we're talking about people here. We need to support one another as we respond to this situation. We're all in this together.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says there are 14 people under investigation for coronavirus in Wisconsin. Of those, 5 are awaiting results. 8 have had the results come back negative. And of course, as we've reported, there is 1 confirmed case of coronavirus in the state right now. That's in Dane County. Authorities say we'll know the status of the 5 waiting for results by next week. And you heard from the county officials in that last soundbite. We're going to hear from the state coming up at 6.
All right. Keely Arthur reporting. Keely, thank you.
Thank you, Keely. It is National Wear Red Day today, part of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement to raise awareness about cardiovascular disease in women. Doctors are saying a comprehensive eye exam can actually help with heart health. Doctors say the test can detect cardiovascular issues like high blood pressure and diabetes. The reason being the eye is the only place in the body where blood vessels are directly visible. Dr. Tessa Sokol says a regular eye exam can be the key to prevention.
The longer you have an undiagnosed progressive disease, the more likelihood they're going to have vision loss, or it's going to have a stroke in the brain that will affect the way they perceive their vision. So
this is especially true for patients who don't experience any symptoms of developing diseases that a routine eye exam would be able to detect.
First stages of the new bus rapid transit system are in place right now. Now, if you've driven through the 4th Street and East Wash intersection, you'll notice a new sign. That sign allows buses to go through red lights to speed up their routes. This is the only light that's up right now in Madison, but they expect to have more after enough data is collected to prove that it's actually working to speed up travel times.
I think we have about 75 different intersections or lights on that initial route, and so we'll be seeing which one of those are appropriate to add this kind of queue jumping.
Tonight at 6, Jamie Perez will show us exactly how it works and how much time bus drivers say they're gaining because of it.
The University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents has approved nearly $33 million in cost overruns for a pair of UW-Madison construction projects. The university is remodeling Babcock Hall, which houses the Department of Food Science, and building a new meat science lab. The Babcock work is now expected to cost $72.6 million, up from $47 million. The meat lab is now expected to cost $57 million, up from $50 million. The Regents unanimously approved a plan to use gifts, additional borrowing, and cash from UW-Madison to cover the shortfalls.
Board of Regents also approved tuition hikes for non-resident and grad students at 6 institutions. Increases will range between 1.5% and 25% at Milwaukee, Oshkosh, Platteville, River Falls, Stevens Point, and Whitewater campuses starting in the fall. The schools say they need more money to cover instruction, raises, recruiting faculty, along with technology and training clinical professionals.
You can expect to see a lot of people on the ice this weekend for the 6th annual Frozen Assets Festival. The Clean Lakes Alliance hosts the event, which doubles as a fundraiser. Last year's fest raised more than $150,000 for the organization, which helps preserve the lakes. There are lots of family-friendly events scheduled starting tonight with live bands and continuing tomorrow with a 5K run entirely on the ice.
Our lakes, when they're frozen, they are our community's best and biggest assets. Actually, when the lakes are frozen, they're really our largest parks.
The lakes didn't freeze until January 12th this year, just 18 days shy of the latest ever recorded freeze. The Clean Lakes Alliance warns that as soon as next year, local lakes may no longer freeze over. You can find a full schedule of events at this weekend's Frozen Assets Festival on our website, channel3000.com.
Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the latest on the investigation into the helicopter crash that killed former NBA superstar Kobe Bryant.
Plus, Badger men's basketball coach Greg Gard is speaking for the first time following the resignation of strength coach Eric Helland. We'll hear what he has to say coming up tonight at 6.
And on Wall Street, things go in reverse a bit with a 277-point tumble for the Dow. The NASDAQ was off 52. The S&P 500 dropped 18. We'll be right back.
Mattress savings are heating up at Ashley Home Store's President's Day Mattress Marathon. Save up to $800 instantly on Tempur-Pedic, Beauty Rest, and iComfort Cooling Gel Memory Foam mattresses. Plus, find doorbusters store-wide like this 12-inch Queen Hybrid for just $449. Ashley Home Store.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
We're here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, looking back at some of today's amazing plays.
Check it out, the old double play. 2 machines at once.
I'm not even sure that's allowed. And how about this celebration?
Man, these guys are on form. Yeah. And an incredible drink delivery. Whoa! What a great recovery.
Yeah, and that beer looks pretty delicious.
It sure does. Let's join them.
Heck yeah.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest President's Day appliance sale is here. Save thousands instantly on holiday doorbusters. Get special interest-free financing until 2021. Plus a free 10-year warranty and free delivery. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
The Department of Criminal Investigation finds no wrongdoing by officers involved in a fatal Madison shooting. And the Rock County DA says a fatal officer-involved shooting in Beloit was lawful and reasonable. We'll share the evidence tonight at 6.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Federal investigators say wreckage from the helicopter that crashed last month, killing Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others, did not show any evidence of outward engine failure. That's according to a preliminary report by the National Transportation Safety Board. That helicopter crashed into a hillside outside Los Angeles January 26th. The NTSB is still investigating, including to see if heavy fog played a role, and a final report isn't expected for at least a year now. A witness told the NTSB the helicopter was flying forward and downward through the fog before it crashed into that hill.
Iowa Democrats say they have finally reported all of the results from Monday's caucuses, but CBS News cannot call a winner. Pete Buttigieg and Senator Bernie Sanders are in a virtual tie after the Iowa Democratic Party reported the final numbers. Sanders has the edge over Buttigieg in the popular vote, but the results also put the former South Bend, Indiana mayor up over Sanders in the state delegate race. The Democratic National Committee chairman is calling for an immediate re-canvass, which is a hand audit of all of the precinct reporting forms to assure voters that the results are accurate.
I want to make sure that every Iowa voter knows that their vote was counted.
But a recanvass would only happen if one of the campaigns asks for one. A request is not likely to come from either the Sanders or Buttigieg campaigns. Tonight, 7 Democratic presidential candidates will take the stage at St. Anselm College. The latest numbers show former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg with a slight delegate lead over Senator Bernie Sanders, though Sanders leads the popular vote, as we just said. The latest primary polls of likely New Hampshire voters both show Sanders in the lead with varying numbers, and the other candidates are similar in each poll, and they will debate tonight in New Hampshire. Michael Douglas, who is known for his roles in Wall Street, the Kaminsky Method, and more, is coming to Madison tomorrow to campaign for Michael Bloomberg. Bloomberg is a former mayor of New York City and currently a candidate in the Democratic Party primaries. Douglas will be in Madison for the grand opening of the Bloomberg 2020 Madison field office, the second field office in Wisconsin for Bloomberg. The office is on South Carroll Street.
Well, people who live in the Washington, D.C. area were hit with some nasty storms this morning. Authorities are now investigating whether it was one or more tornadoes that actually touched down. Powerful winds caused extensive damage to homes and other buildings. This was in Maryland, also in Virginia. Some appear to have had their roofs entirely blown off. The weather has been blamed now for at least 5 deaths in the southeast, most in areas struck by heavy rains and flooding. Let's turn to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi, who's watching to see what our weather will do this weekend. And Sunday could get a little interesting, Gary.
I think it's going to get a lot interesting because we have the pretty good chance of accumulating snow and some fairly significant accumulations at that. Now, in the short term, there have been a few flurries around from time to time. So a lot of this, what you see on radar, isn't even reaching the ground, so the snow is very light. Our storm is still well off to the west of us. We have an alert day in the forecast for Sunday and Sunday night for occasional snow. We've bumped the snow totals up to about 3 to 8 inches. The lesser amounts of around 3 inches down toward the Illinois state line where there might be a little freezing rain mixed in. The heavier amounts of 6 to 8 inches more likely will be north of Wisconsin Dells. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. There's just that slight chance of flurries through tomorrow. Then the accumulating snow on Sunday, moderate to locally heavy snow at times, and that'll start Sunday morning and probably wind down on Sunday evening. And then the storm for the middle part of next week now looks like a lesser chance that that's going to happen. It'll be cold for much of next week. We still could see some snow accumulations late Wednesday night into Thursday, but right now the potential for a bigger winter storm appears to be a little bit less at this time. Winter storm watches are in effect north and west of Madison all the way through southern Minnesota back into South Dakota. As we take a look at future track, again, just some flurries tonight into tomorrow, but then you can see the snow starting to show up out to the west of us and then streaking eastward into southern Wisconsin by early on Sunday morning. That's at 7 a.m. It'll snow pretty steadily through the day, and then by 7 p.m., notice the back edge of the snow already around Madison. So it'll be about a 12-hour time period that we'll be looking at the accumulating snow, and then sunshine returns for Monday. As far as the snowfall totals are concerned, there will be a swath of about 6 or more inches of snow from southern Minnesota through central Wisconsin, from around La Crosse over toward Green Bay. And again, that will include areas north of Wisconsin Dells. South of there, about 3 to 6 inches with slightly lesser amounts down across northern Illinois. As far as the impacts are concerned, right now I'm thinking a moderate impact from driving and as well as walking and clearing the snow. You'll probably have to use the snow blower in most areas, but that will help things. But there could also be a little freezing rain mixed in, which could make the ice a little bit more of a potential. Still a very active weather pattern across the Pacific Ocean. The storm system that brought the severe weather to Washington, D.C. is now moving out in the Atlantic Ocean, being replaced by snow showers and flurries as the upper level winds become a little more northwesterly there. But here in the Midwest, you can see right now things pretty quiet. We've got a fair amount of clouds, but not a lot in the way of snow. And then again, on future track, as far as snowfall is concerned, very latest computer models from one of them just keeps all the snow down to the south of us from Wednesday into Thursday, whereas the other computer model still shows about 3 to 6 inches of snow. So if you're looking for accumulating snow the middle part of next week, don't put off hope, but it just looks a little bit less likely that we'll see a bigger storm system at that time. Winter storm watch in effect from 6 a.m. Sunday morning until 6 p.m. Sunday evening, north of the Wisconsin River and north and west of Lone Rock and Wisconsin Dells. Look for skies to be variably cloudy for tomorrow, just a few flurries during the day, the high at 30, but then that snow moves in from Sunday morning through Sunday evening, 6 inches or more north of the Dells, 3 to 6 inches across the rest of southern Wisconsin. 7 to 10 day forecast, of course, an alert day in the forecast for Sunday. Then the snow chances the middle of next week. And notice the colder temperatures as we head toward the end of the week. Maybe some light snow chances Sunday and Monday of the following weekend. As we take a look at first alert traffic right now, there is the view on the belt line at Park Street, looking back toward Fish Hatchery Road. You can see traffic moving pretty slowly in both directions. Westbound traffic, it looks like there's an accident, and in fact, that is showing up right now at the Beltline and Fish Hatchery Road. So that's backing up traffic from Fish Hatchery all the way back to Monona Drive. Eastbound delays from Monona Drive over toward Park Street. Right now, a 21-minute commute on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, but 25 minutes back in the westbound direction thanks to that accident. Heading out of Madison, the usual 24 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990, 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 15 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Alert Traffic.
Thank you, Gary.
We'll head on News 3 Now at 5. We'll tell you who could take home this year's Academy Awards. It's after a short break.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
3 days only. Shop the biggest appliance sale of the year at Grand Appliance. Save on early President's Day price drops and combine with Grand exclusive rebates to get an extra 5% back. Plus up to $500 in friends and family savings. Get a deal no competitor can match. February 6th, 7th, and 8th exclusively at Grand Appliance. Shop grandappliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance and TV. You make it home. We make it grand.
Find your style at Menards with 11% off Patriot Lighting.
Or you could add stylish storage with 11% off all Dakota shelving.
Insulate and save big on energy costs, plus get 11% off.
Create your dream Clearview kitchen with 11% off.
You'll be floored by our vinyl plank flooring. Get 11% off all of it.
Whatever you're working on, you'll get 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If you ever find yourself in a negotiation, one that involves you or your family being injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side. One who will not blink. Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks at air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Buy
Buy factory direct and save hundreds on quality mattresses at American Freight. All mattress sets include up to a 10-year manufacturer warranty. Mattress sets from $49 each piece. Memory foam mattress sets from $119 each piece. And cooling gel top mattress sets from $169 each piece. Get 2 mattresses, any size, from only $298. Same-day delivery. Take it home today for $50 and no payments for 60 days. Ends February 29th at the corner of North Stoughton and Kinsman Boulevard.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. See for yourself now during Ram President's Day event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $14,453 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Or well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2020 Ram 1500 for $289 a month.
We're celebrating our lakes this Saturday at the Frozen Assets Festival. From a 5K entirely on ice to free activities for your whole family, we're getting you ready for a whole lot of fun.
And we could see more snow on the way. You may need your shovels. Join us at 5 and 8.
Welcome back. Crews are prepping the red carpet for the 92nd Academy Awards.
But this year, a lack of diverse nominees is stirring up some controversy for Hollywood's biggest night. The comic book-inspired Joker leads the pack with 11 nominations, followed by The Irishman, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, each with 10 nods. They're among the 9 films vying for Best Picture. But this year, there's a dark cloud hanging over Hollywood's brightest night, with many expressing outrage over a lack of diversity among the nominees. Harriet's Cynthia Erivo is the only person of color nominated in all of the acting categories, and no women were nominated for Best Director, including Greta Gerwig, whose film Little Women was nominated for Best Screenplay and Best Picture.
I think that is the narrative of this year's awards, is that exclusion and lack of diversity. And I think that will be part of the conversation right up until the last envelope is opened.
Grammy winner Billie Eilish will be among the performers at this year's awards. Elton John, Idina Menzel, and Randy Newman will also take the stage during Sunday's show.
And we'll have another check of your forecast for the weekend in just a moment.
Mattress savings are heating up at Ashley Home Store's President's Day Mattress Marathon. Save up to $800 instantly on Tempur-Pedic, Beauty Rest, and iComfort Cooling Gel Memory Foam mattresses. Plus, find doorbusters store-wide like this 12-inch Queen Hybrid for just $449. Ashley Home Store.
Now through February 13th, join Planet Fitness for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. Sure, you could flip truck tires.
I flip truck tires.
Or flip out over all this. Tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join now for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. And no truck tires. Join in club or at planetfitness.com. Hurry, deal ends Thursday, February 13th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires February 13th. Stop in and see us today.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival. A glory to behold. Experience what people are calling one of the greatest revivals ever. The Color Purple.
At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Right now at Steinhoffel's, dinner and a movie is on us. Save 35% store-wide on the largest selection of quality furniture at the guaranteed lowest price. Like this American-made solid wood dining table, now just $7.99. Or this Amish-made handcrafted dining table, priced to sell out at $10.99. Relax in this American-made 3-piece sectional, now $20.99. Hurry into Steinhoffel's to get great savings plus dinner and a movie on us. Only at Steinhoffel's.
Anyone hear the slogan? Mike will get it done. Okay, let me tell you what the it is. As mayor, I expanded health care coverage. As president, I'll build on Obamacare because health care is a right. I created nearly 500,000 jobs in New York City. As president, I'll build an economy that delivers good jobs with higher wages. I'll take on the gun lobby and save lives. And I will stop Trump's assault on women's reproductive rights. I've got a record of doing things. I've got the resources to take on this fight. As mayor, I held myself accountable for results. As president, I'll offer common sense plans, and I will get it done. So let's stay on the offensive and let's win. I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest President's Day appliance sale is here. Save thousands instantly on holiday doorbusters. Get special interest-free financing until 2021, plus a free 10-year warranty and free delivery. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, new information about the chopper crash that killed Kobe Bryant and 8 others, plus what investigators are learning about the helicopter's final minutes. Plus more on the coronavirus, passengers aboard a cruise ship docked in the U.S. hospitalized, and what that cruise line is now doing to screen for the illness. And we go on the road to find out what inspired one man's remarkable act of generosity. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
A nice weekend, at least to start, but then some snow by Sunday.
I was going to say, where are you looking at the forecast? Yeah, things pretty quiet in the short term. This evening, look for variably cloudy skies, maybe a flurry or two out there. Temperatures dropping to the lower 20s, low tonight in the upper teens, highs tomorrow around 30. Again, just a slight chance of a flurry, but already a winter storm watch in effect from 6 a.m. Sunday morning through 6 p.m. Sunday evening, north of the Wisconsin River and north and west of Lone Rock and the Dells. Probably looking at maybe 6 to 8 inches up toward the Dells, 3 to 6 inches across most of southern Wisconsin. And then, fortunately, it looks like that second storm system now looks a little bit weaker. The temperatures will be colder for next week.
And we'll keep you posted throughout the weekend. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.